Around sophomore year in high school, I started using my engineering skills to solve the problems I saw around me. I fashioned a plug to enable my mom to open the washing machine while it was still running. This way, she can add the laundry last minute without turning the machine off. I 3D printed a chain guide for my brother's bike because the chain kept slipping off. I built a bike ramp when I wanted to practice in my backyard. I planned to make a saltwater sprayer that would continuously spray saltwater on my long driveway in the wintertime to prevent icing over. It would look something like this, but with salt water. And this is the driveway that inspired it. It is much deeper than it looks, and it can get very dangerous when icy. I made a prototype / mock-up using a stone slab, some plastic tubing, a water pump, and some clay, but I do not know where it is. I am also building a service animal robot that will carry heavy things for elderly or disabled people, or just people who don't like carrying heavy things. It could even be used to carry garbage bag to the curb. It would function something like this, but look completely different. Tank treads instead of wheels and no box on top. It would just follow you, follow commands, hopefully even go up and down sidewalks. This was inspired by an elderly disabled person who lives in my neighborhood. Here is a video of me drawing a concept design of my service animal robot. It is one of many designs I have and am considering. On the top left is a general frame design of my robot. The creation of this particular design took in consideration of the average width of the door openings, surface area for your belongings, and material and weight. I took inspiration of the tread design from tanks I saw online. The second tread design follows the tank design more closely as there are two motorbike chains along the border of the bike tire, while the first tread design has only one bike chain along the center of the bike tire. The idea behind this was that I'd be able to limit the overall weight of the entire robot by having half the number of chains, as well as having the treads be powered by a gear from the center, rather than having them at one side, possibly causing some issues with balance and other unwanted problems. The other parts of this design are just more detailed specifications on exactly how this robot will work. On the other side of the page, it shows the robot attempting to go over a sidewalk. The idea in not having a wheel in the front of the robot and allowing the treads to form around the shape of the sidewalk is to increase the surface area in which the robot is making contact with the sidewalk. This will enable the robot to go over the sidewalk with greater ease. On the bottom is my electrical system. No, it is not an electrical diagram. It is just my overall plan on how I plan to make the motors move. Here it is in real life. I am not very experienced with circuitry, but the circuitry on this robot should be relatively simple. Even so, I took into consideration all the factors that are not shown on the sketch, such as the voltage rating of the motors and the motor controllers, the volt and amp hours of the batteries, as well as the necessary precautions to make sure I don't short or blow anything up. This is just a glimpse of my thought process. After all, I am still in the design phase. I have much to consider even before moving on to CAD and building. In regards to code, I either plan on using C++ in conjunction with the Arduino or using Python or preferably Java with the Raspberry Pi.